What's up, everybody? Welcome in A to Z Sports Live on a Wednesday. It is a full mock draft Wednesday as we are just one more sleep away from the NFL Draft 2022 coming up with the Titans and the 26th overall pick currently in the first round. Austin Stanley, Zach Bingham, a slower start to the show today, but that's okay because we've got a lot of things prepped for a full Titans mock draft here and with extra help of reluctant help of Pro Football Focus on my end. But Zach, we're going to go through a full 7-round NFL draft for the Tennessee Titans. So we're going to be able to speed up and slow down when we need to. We're going to make some trades if we need to, and we're going to fill some immediate needs for the Titans and try to talk through this situation as the Titans maybe taking a shot at one more year in this Super Bowl window. So the 26th pick overall is currently where the Titans are at. We're going to go through this thing together. So it's me, it's Zach, it's all of you guys in the live chat as we talk through all these scenarios of players on the board, trades that could be made. So it's going to be a lot of fun. This is Zach's last show of the week because you're getting on a plane to Las Vegas tomorrow at the crack of dawn to go out there for the NFL draft. So we'll get his official first round pick prediction. Plus, we will throw shade at the end of the show. So, Zach, welcome in. This is going to be a fun one.
Yeah, well, we did this last year. We've done this the last couple of years. And, what we're trying to do is hedge our bets to see if we can get a sense of what the Titans are going to do. And then on our predictions, I think every single year since we've been created, at least one A to Z Sports member has gotten a singular pick correct. I mean, it's hard. The odds are not for us.
I don't know if we did that last year. I don't know if we might have gone over. I think I know Buck predicted correctly Isaiah Wilson in 2020. You predicted AJ Brown in 19. I predicted Rashaan Evans in 18 and 2017.
Did Luke do Caleb Farley last year?
Luke might have. I'm not sure. I'll text Luke to see if afterwards to see if he got Caleb Farley, but maybe you're right. But we have, we'll check on that. But every other John Robinson draft, we've predicted at least one correct player. Yes.
Well, I think it's funny. I don't know if Lou Man, the secret agent man, is saying anything, but why waste time picking people that ain't coming here? Well, what is this show? I mean, we waste a lot of time talking about things that may or may not happen. We spent a couple of days on the Jets, not even, thinking clearly about AJ Brown. So this is actually the fun of it, is trying to figure out what John Robinson is going to do. And the best part is we have interaction with all of you guys. That's what we value. What do you guys think? This is a collective. I think we've had a lot of success with the sports trivia. Now, yesterday was another story. We were one off. We needed to go 7 out of 10. But we're trying to figure out the temperature in the room of what we should do for each of these picks. So we are broadcasting live in a unique show, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. We'll also tweet out that YouTube link at our Twitter handle at A to Z Sports. So follow us there. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We got tons of content going out, including this live mock draft. I don't think a lot of shows do this live interaction and actually value you guys' opinion. Usually it's just, people behind a radio booth talking and clamoring on without actually the interaction. That's what separates A to Z Sports from a lot of different other media outlets. And Facebook, what's going on, Facebookers, the real OGs that have been here since day one. We got 75,000 strong plus, and we're climbing our way to 100,000 followers on A to Z Sports Facebook page. So follow us there if you have not already done that. Sharing is caring. Bottom left corner of your screen. Share now to public. And let's get this party started on a Wednesday, on a shade day, on a live Titans mock draft day.
Yep, let's do it officially. Welcome in A to Z Sports, powered by the BetMGM app. I'm Austin Stanley. He is Zach Bingham. We are A to Z Sports, Nashville's on-demand sports talk network, and we go live every weekday morning at 8 Central Time on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch. Also, find those links to the show, like Zach just mentioned, on Twitter, Instagram, and then, again, follow us on TikTok. Got to thank our sponsors because they truly do make it happen for our show, and they help out you guys. Wilson County Hyundai. Check them out, Wilson County Hyundai in Lebanon for your new car buying process, or at wilsoncountyhyundai.com. the Bone and Joint Institute, boneandjointtn.org, the region's destination for comprehensive orthopedic and sports medicine care, and Farm Bureau Health Plans. Get better with Farm Bureau Health Plans. That's better coverage, better rates, better service. Learn more about a health plan for you at fbhp.com/ATOZ. So, Zach, we've got the Pro Football Focus mock draft simulator pulled up. I made a decision, an executive decision for the show today to go with the Pro Football Focus mock simulator over the Draft Network mock simulator because of the importance of the trade features and the difference in the trade features of Pro Football Focus and the Draft Network. I like the Draft Network more than I like Pro Football Focus, but the Draft Network has a hole in their mock draft simulator when it comes to trades where you can't see the big board while a trade has been proposed to you. So we're going to go with PFF today on the show. So, Zach, we're going to set this up. I am sharing my screen. So I've got, no bad tabs open, nothing like that. So we've got all 7 rounds that we're going to select.
It'd be a lot funnier if you did, though.
Yeah.
On purpose.
I know, right? If I just had like a prank tab open just to see what the reaction would have been. But no. So we've also got the
first one to notice gets a prize, gets a free A to Z shirt. Damn, we should have done that.
That would have been really funny. That would have been really funny. All right, so here we go, right? We've got all 7 rounds. We are going to be picking as the Tennessee Titans. I've got the speed at slow. We can kind of go, we can monitor and change that throughout the entire mock. So we're going to enter the draft room, right? So we are not
before the first pick. Who do you think the Jags are going to take?
I mean, I really think it's going to be Trayvon Walker. That's where I feel like it's going. Trayvon Walker out of Georgia.
Do you think in real life or in mock simulation?
In real life, I think they're going to go Trayvon Walker, defensive end out of Georgia. And now I don't know what this is going to do, but that's once I hit start draft, it's out of our hands until the Titans are on the clock.
I agree. I think they're going to go Walker in real life. I think this mock is going to go Hutchinson.
Yeah, I would think that this mock is going to go Hutchinson too. So are you ready to start? Are you ready to get this thing going?
If you're waiting on me, you're walking backwards.
All right. Well, oh geez. I think a squirrel just jumped on my roof because there's some loud noise just happened. Anyway, so all right. We have started. So let's see what happens. Trayvon Walker. There we go. Aiden Hutchinson 2 to the Lions. The Texans, my favorite part is the Texans literally need every position.
Slow it down a little bit. This thing's going a little too fast.
This is going too fast for you?
Yeah. Slow it down a little bit.
We slowed it down. Okay. So look, this is kind of how we thought it was going to go. A lot of offensive linemen, defensive players. Malik Willis, quarterback, Washington is the first real surprise there. So this is as slow as it goes, Zach. So I hope this is.
I got a bone to pick with Pro Football Focus.
I mean, you want me to pause it? I can pause it.
Yeah, pause it. Pause it.
All right. So
pause the draft. Pause it, God. Look, I as you know about me personally, I kind of loathe these things. I hate them, but I'm a team player. This show is not called Z to Z Sports. Then we'll be talking about a lot of other things. For this particular thing, I'm a team player, and I think that we needed to do this. But damn, the Pro Football Focus, they got a lot of things to work on. They need to slow that speed down.
You're going to
be happy. Actually take in what is happening.
Okay, you're going to be happy.
Jameson Williams, is that the first wide receiver off the board? No, Drake London is.
Yeah. Okay. So let's
Garrett Wilson is. See, this is BS. This goes way too damn fast. I already hate this.
Okay. All right. So let's just take it easy there. We can pause it and start it whenever we want to. So for Zach's speed, we can do this for you. So Trayvon Walker, Aiden Hutchinson, Aquanu, Derek Stingley. That's kind of a high pick there. Ahmad Gardner from Cincinnati. So you see a couple corners go off the board, probably earlier than what we expect. Then you've got a third corner, Trent McDuffie. That's real high too. Offensive line, no surprise. Kayvon Thibodeau dropping to 7. Evan Neal dropping to 9. Kyle Hamilton. People love Kyle Hamilton going 10 to the Jets. Malik Willis, 11 to Washington. I find that being pretty interesting as Garrett Wilson to the Vikings.
So do you think that the Commanders are going to draft a quarterback in this draft? I mean, this is all based on this mock, right? Nobody knows. Yeah. It's mock 7.69. But for Malik Willis, if he goes this early to the Commanders, would you be shocked?
Yes, I think everybody would be shocked. I mean, we just talked about what Todd McShay said yesterday, that he hasn't, heard of teams being serious about a quarterback until 20.
Yeah, I think the top 10, but I think you and I also both talked about that. I mean, I don't think that's going to happen. I think somebody is going to take a quarterback a lot earlier than 20.
All right.
And it
so
could be Willis at 11.
Yeah. So now we're all the way up to 16, right?
I lost my Garrett Wilson bet in this mock because I have him top 10.
Yeah. So there you go. I think, I think so far players off the board are players we probably expected to be off the board by the time the Titans are picking, right? So
Jameson Williams, do you think he will go off the board before 15? Is 15, is that because look, he was dropping because of his ACL, but we all know his talent level.
I don't think Jameson Williams gets past the Eagles and Saints twice, right? So what does that mean? Eagles have 2 picks, Saints have 2 picks from 15 to 19. Jameson Williams is going to go in one of those 4, I think, because both teams need wide receiver help. Both teams, could use a guy like that, explosive down the field with their situation. And they have multiple picks, so they can go take a guy who is recovering from an injury because I already have another first-round pick. Again, my favorite thing, as Nick points out, that Houston needs every position. That's my favorite thing so far about all of this. Okay, so Zach, I wrote down in my handy notebook names to watch for the Titans as we approach them on the clock. I wrote down all the quarterbacks because of conversations we've had. I wrote down all the top wide receivers because I think those are in play to see if a run goes on that position. And offensive linemen I wrote down because we know the Titans aren't going to be in for the top tackles, but more that second-tier offensive lineman. So I wrote down Tyler Lindenbaum, Bernard Rainman, Zion Johnson, Trevor Penning, Kenyon Green, and Tyler Smith in no particular order there. So we'll still watch to where this goes. So we're going to start this back up with the Chargers at 17. You ready?
I guess. I mean, this thing goes so damn fast.
If you want me to pause, just tell me and I'll pause it. Jordan Davis gone, not surprised. Eagles go corner. Okay. Saints go Olave. So now wide receiver run is where we're at. So just tell me if you want to pause. There goes Linderbaum, the center from Iowa. Tyler Smith is gone. That's good. You don't want Tyler Smith. Zion John, I'm going to pause here.
Pause that.
Yeah.
I think that's probably right. I think Zion Johnson I think he's going to be a good offensive lineman in this league. I don't think that he'll get to 26. I think he could contribute right out of the gate for the Tennessee Titans. I tell you that. I think they need a Zion Johnson type. And especially, we talked about this yesterday. Are the Tennessee Titans going to help Ryan Tannehill, or are they going to put pressure on him?
Yeah.
So far, all of the signs say they are going to help him.
They need to help him.
Actions speak louder than words. And the biggest action you can have by helping Ryan Tannehill is drafting an offensive lineman in the first round. That's helping Ryan Tannehill.
No doubt.
That could be helping the next quarterback as well. But this year, it is helping him get upright because of all the injuries that were sustained last year.
No doubt. All right, so are we ready to resume? We've got the Cowboys, the Bills, and the Titans are on the clock. So I will resume. Let's see what the Cowboys decide to do at 24. They go Trevor Penning. So there's another offensive lineman off the board. Let's see what the Buffalo Bills decide to do right before the Titans. They go Devontae. All right, so now we are on the board here with the Titans at 26. Devontae Wyatt, defensive lineman out of Georgia. No worries from anybody that we might be interested in when it comes to the Titans at 26 overall. So here is our board, right? You've got Rainman, the tackle from Central Michigan, Nakobe Dean, who uneducated Titans people pick the Titans all the time, Sky Moore, wide receiver, Western Michigan. George Pickens has a lot of mixed reviews on him. And then you scroll down. They actually, on Pro Football Focus, rank Kenyon Green a lot lower than most. They also rank Desmond Ridder and Kenny Pickett a lot lower, as well as Treylon Burks is down here at 46. So that's the situation we are at right now. Now, we also have 5 teams who are interested in this pick. Okay, you cannot see my pop out, right? Or can you see my pop out?
No.
Can you not see my pop out now?
No.
Okay, so we've got the Lions, the Bears, the Eagles, the Bills, and the Raiders all interested in the Titans pick at 26. So we'll figure out what the Titans are going to do. But first, Zach, tell everybody about Farm Bureau Health Plans.
Yeah, I absolutely can do that. Farm Bureau Health Plans is the place to go to get your next coverage, your health plan. I have my health plan. It's better coverage, better rates, and better service. All I did was go to fbhp.com/A to Z. Go online. You can take a quick 20 to 30-minute health assessment, and they'll call you up. That's the best part. They'll ask you about your health. Be honest with them, and then they will give you an honest quote. That's Farm Bureau Health Plans, FBHP.com. I was able to do that earlier in the year, and it honestly changed my plan for the better. I improved not only my rate, I saved 20% every single month, and I get allowance. I feel like a kid in a candy store. I get allowance for my contacts. I've been wearing contacts since 7th grade. Without contacts, I can't see. I can't even see the screen. I wouldn't be able to see I'm kind of struggling to see the screen now. I really wouldn't be able to see the screen. So thank you, Farm Bureau Health Plans, for giving me a contact allowance. Also get free teeth cleanings. These are just some of the things that Farm Bureau Health Plans gives you on top of great coverage. FBHP.com/ATOZ.
All right. Also, don't forget, download the BetMGM app. Use our code ATOZ Sports. You get a risk-free bet up to $1,000 with your first bet after your first deposit. Today, use code ATOZ Sports when you download the BetMGM app for a risk-free bet up to $1,000 right there. All right. So, Zach, here are our options. Do you want to go with a trade or do we want to draft? And I think that options here are probably Kenyon Green, Treylon Burks from Arkansas, or a quarterback, potentially Desmond Ridder. So I'll show you the trade options. Okay. So the trade options, the Detroit Lions are interested in this pick. Their next pick is 32. So that means we can still stay in the first round if we want to decide to trade with the Lions. The Bears are interested. Their next pick is 39. So top 6 in the second round. The Eagles, their next pick is at 51. The Bills' next pick is at 57. And the Raiders' next pick is 86. We are not going to pick the Raiders. I think you want to do the Lions pick to see if we can stay in the first round and come up with a trade with the Detroit Lions, or do we want to go with Burks, Green, or Ridder?
We're in an interesting spot because you're in the same spot that you were yesterday with Willis, the only quarterback off the board. You have Pickett, you've got Ridder, and you got Matt Corral, which I think we all have. I said yesterday, I think he's more of a second-round pick than a first-round pick. So let's clarify this. And I kind of want the chat's opinion as well, right, to see what they think. Are we trying to get more second-round picks, or are we trying to just trade with the Lions, who essentially have kind of a first-round pick,
They do have a first-round pick. So
at 32 because
all right, so let's see what we can do for the Lions.
Sense.
So let's just start a Lions
pick.
trade, right? So we're going to take 32 from them, and we'll give the Titans 26, right? Now, you see how this trade is lopsided. Amy Adams-Strunk will not let us do this, obviously. So let's see where we can get. The 27% chance to get 66, so we're probably not going to do that. Maybe we can get 66 and give up, around 7 next year. No. Around 5 next year. Nothing. No. So we're not going to get 66. So what about 97? So this trade will be accepted, but I think let's see if we can get more. That trade can be accepted. This trade can be accepted. So we can get a lot more than 97 if we want to. Do we want to get 177?
So here's the question. Do we want to trade back into the first round and have to pay first round salary right out of the gate? Now you get 32. The bonus of the 5th-year option,
Zach,
or do you try to get future first round picks?
Do you want to get a quarterback this year?
This is what I do, Austin. I trade for and this is in real life. I trade the Lions' future first round pick. I want next year's first round pick because that's probably where I'm going to be drafting my quarterback.
This trade will not be accepted. It's not. I mean, they're not going to do that.
Well, go lower in the second round. Give up more picks. That's how I would structure this if I'm training with the Lions, because the Lions are going to suck. They're going to blow. They're going to be awful. I'm betting that the Lions are going to have a top 15 pick. The Titans are still fighting for playoff
sure.
seeding.
That's not going to happen, Zach. Like we're not going to be able to get their second round or their next year's first. It's just not going to happen unless
because you're trying to get 32, right?
Yeah.
Don't get 32, get a second round pick.
So
make the trade work. Do you see what I'm saying? I want a future first round pick for the Detroit Lions. I don't mind sliding back and getting a second round pick this year and not using a first so I can get high. Look, you talked about it yesterday, Austin. You said there's a drop off of great starting caliber players to really good players. If I can get a really good player in the high second round and a future first round pick and have 2 first round picks next year, that I think is my philosophy if I'm the Tennessee Titans. And it's all because I don't trust Ryan Tannehill. I'm going to give him a shot, but I don't trust him.
But again, like, here's what you're doing. If you do this, then you're only getting 66 this year and round 1, which I think 66 is actually a third round pick. Like, it's not, we're not going to be able to pull this off, dude. Like, we're not going to be able to pull off getting a future first round pick from the Lions. We're going to have, look how much the Titans are giving up in this situation.
Because we don't want LA's first round pick.
No.
We want Detroit's.
Right. This is giving up too much. And so I think we need to go back to the drawing board. Let's try to get 32, right? Because it gives us flexibility for an option. We can get their 97th third round pick. We're not going to be able to get their other third round pick, but maybe we can definitely get 177. Hell, we can get 181. We could probably get their whole rest of their draft or maybe even like a round 5 next year. Right.
I don't want a round 5. I'm drafting a quarterback next year.
Fourth rounder next year. We get a first round pick this year, a third round pick, and then 2 fifth round picks this year and a 4th round next year. I think this is worth moving back 6 spots.
I want future picks. I'm with Nick Ewing. They only have in 2023, and I'd have to check this. Titans only have 5 picks. Is that correct?
I don't know that for sure. I mean, you can get, okay, fine. Do you want to take away some of this? I mean, they're not going to give up we can give up a Titans, 219. That's not going to do anything. I mean, we're getting ridiculous here. You know what I mean? So
look, I've told you what I want. I wouldn't do the deal if I can't get a future first round pick for the Detroit Lions. I don't do it. I'm a negotiator. I play hardball. I'm not getting run over by the Detroit effing Lions.
So you want to do the Chicago Bears?
All of their goodies.
You want to get the Chicago Bears?
Yeah, they're not going to be very good either. Look, this is all about the future of the Tennessee Titans. I want a opportunity to get a higher first round pick than what I am going to strive for next year.
You're not going to get it.
Possibly trade up to draft my quarterback in 2023. It's easier if the Titans are 23 or 20th or 27th or 32, it doesn't matter. You're not going to get any good quarterback situation. Okay. I want to be able to trade for a future first round pick next year that is 15 or higher, so I can go up and grab and move from 15 to 12 or 15 to 9 to get that possible number 2 quarterback, because I do think that there will be it's a better quarterback draft class next year. That's what I'm setting myself up for.
I mean,
that makes sense to me.
You're not going to be able to get it. Like, I just gave up the whole Titans draft for the Eagles to try to get their first rounder next year. Zach, you're not going to be able to get a first rounder next year.
FPFF. That's what I say.
All right. So do you want to pick then? I mean, like what do you want to do? I
No,
know you're trying to be
make
hardball
your
guy.
make your draft, make your perfect trade. If you want to trade, you've said for weeks you want to trade. Make your trade. I've stated my trade. It obviously Pro Football Focus can't make my dreams come true. Maybe they can make yours.
I like this. I mean, you could probably get more, right? Like you can get a lot of picks this year so you can move up again.
But they're not going to do that. The Lions are not going to trade away their entire draft.
Okay.
That's ridiculous. That's why I hate these damn simulations. They'll
offering
block me.
this trade. It was accepted. So we got 4 picks to move back, 3 picks to move back 6 spots. Okay. So now we're going to resume the draft. And now the Lions are on the clock. They pick Nakobe Dean. The Bucks, Zach, they're going to go with Daxton Hill corner. The Packers go corner. The Chiefs go safety. The Chiefs go Kenyon Green. So they're one of our guys. The Bengals go Raymond. So now there's no offensive lineman that we would like here. So now at 32 overall, we got an extra 3rd round pick and an extra 4th round pick in that trade with the Lions. So where do we want to go here? We have 4 others.
You're a wide receiver.
Do you want to go Treylon Burks?
Well, let's look at you don't jump to conclusions. Let's talk about this.
Okay.
So what do you think about Sky Moore? What do you think about Treylon Burks? Is Sky Moore just a poor man's Corey Davis? Because I don't want that.
Sky Moore is an undersized receiver that we know the Titans don't have. I was
joking because he's Western Michigan.
I know, but Sky Moore is a 5'10" wide receiver the Titans typically don't have interest in. George Pickens is a Titans type of wide receiver, but he's got some potential smoke screen off the field issues, but 6'3", 200 pounds. He's a junior. He's young. He's got a lot of upside. He was a 5-star recruit as well coming out, and, tore his ACL in the spring game 2 springs ago, but then came back towards the end of last year and had a big game in the national championship game against Alabama.
So you don't want to draft another questionable Georgia guy because, look, they're not all the same, but you cannot mess up your first pick of a draft again. You've already screwed that away with Isaiah Wilson. You got a bad track record for first-round picks overall. The state, facts are facts, homie. Can't do anything about that, J-Rob. What about, I think, and Titans Kyle brings something up, you can't draft Ritter. Because he's going to sit and he's in the 2nd round. This is there's a first round pick. First round 32.
This is Zach. This is where you draft Desmond Ritter.
Yeah. Okay. I was mistaken. I thought I didn't actually see the final trade of what you did. So I'll throw it to you. You were anti-drafting Ritter, trading up for Ritter. You were anti-drafting Ritter at 26. Now you've gotten more picks. You're at 32. This is kind of Lamar Jackson type territory.
This is the spot where you draft Desmond Ritter because you've got 5th-year control, so that helps you. It's the 32nd pick, so that 5th-year option is a lot lower than it would be for a higher quarterback. This is where you go Desmond Ritter.
All right, let's take it to the chat. Ritter or Burks? I think Burks is the next guy that you do, right?
Yep.
Ritter or
it's
Burks?
Ritter or Burks, no doubt.
So put it in the comment section. Power to the people. Majority vote. Popularity. Do you go Ritter at 32 or do you go Burks and help Ryan Tannehill? I think right out of the gates, Burks can play. That guy can go up and get the football. I do like Burks. I like Burks. All right. Let's see here. Let's go down the list. I'm going to read them off. So, Austin, I'm going to read the names. You give me the consensus of who's going to get this pick. Okay. Ritter or Burks. Top tier starts us off. Coincidentally, he goes no QB, go Burks. Kenneth Burks, Derek Burks, Apollo Burks. Burks coming out of the gates hot. Eric Burks, Chris Burks, Zach Burks, JFK 51 Burks, Maven Burks. We've got our first Ritter from Steven.
I think it's by far Treylon Burks is the most popular pick here.
I have to agree. Burks wins this thing by a landslide. There are a couple of Ritters with Bobby and Chef Bardee and There's a couple, but there's not many. There's a lot more 100% Burks from Daniel, Jarvis, Alex. Brent's going Ritter. Don Nash is going against the trend, going Matt Corral. He's on the board.
And here's where I am with Nick. We go Treylon Burks because in that trade with the Lions, we stayed in the first round and did not get a second round pick, right? We got an extra third round pick. So while I do think 32 is a great spot for the quarterback of the future a year ahead of time, I think you got to, again, do you help Ryan Tannehill or do you put pressure on him? Treylon Burks helps Ryan Tannehill. I think we go Treylon Burks.
We have to go Treylon. The people spoke. Draft Treylon Burks.
All right. Treylon Burks goes 32 overall to the Tennessee Titans. And so now we don't pick until 90th overall. So I'm gonna speed this up. Are you okay with that?
Maybe.
All right, let's just go like that speed. Let's see how fast it goes here. Kenny Pickett just went. There goes Dotson. We're seeing Sam Howell go. Desmond Ritter just went there. Look,
stop. Let's see where these quarterbacks went. I hate this thing. It goes damn too fast. You're speeding through this thing. Where are the quarterbacks? Ooh, Kenny Pickett goes to the
Texans.
With the need of every position. Where did Ritter go?
We had Sam Howell went ahead of Ritter to Atlanta.
Good luck there.
Vikings. So the Vikings went Desmond Ritter, which the Kirk Cousins of the AFC is Ryan Tannehill, right? So there you go. You got that position with Desmond Ritter backing up Kirk Cousins.
I actually don't disagree with that pick for the Vikings. Look, the Vikings have Ryan Tannehill NFC. The Titans have Kirk Cousins AFC. So
there goes your boy Matt Corral, 52 to Pittsburgh.
I actually think that's probably pretty good.
Yeah. All right. The Cardinals are on the clock. There are quite a bit of picks before the Titans are back on the clock at 90.
All right. Let it rip now.
All right. Here we go. I did slow it down for you just a second.
Yeah. I mean, we got
John Mechie, Bama. So you'll see some familiar names go off the board here. So entering the third round, remember the Titans, we have 2 third-round picks for the Titans because of the trade with the Lions. So seeing some Jalen Tolbert's a good player from a couple Memphis guys. Calvin Austin just went. Seeing some wide receivers go. Sam Williams from Ole Miss, Zach just goes. So
I don't particularly love the trade we made, but it's okay.
It's an exercise, right? This isn't a real deal. All right, Titans are on the clock. We got 90 and 97, right? So we got 2 picks coming up, and we've got a lot of things to weigh here. So, Zach, we do have these picks coming up. We'll talk about 90 and we'll talk about 97 kind of simultaneously. Before we dive into this, though, I have an announcement. Zach, we are going to announce right now our official plans for our draft coverage for this draft live tomorrow night, Thursday night with A to Z Sports. We'll be going live around pick 20 to 22 before the Titans go. And it'll be with me and the Tighten Up podcast guys. Zach is going to be in Vegas. Buck Rising and Luke Worsham will be at the Titans facility. And then Austin Huff and Jack Gentry will join me live for the Titans reaction shows on Thursday and Friday night. So make sure that you get your notifications on, you ring that bell on YouTube, and we'll have Buck Rising join us from the Titans facility as well after the John Robinson, Mike Vrabel press conferences from reacting to the pick. And we've got great sponsors, and we've got great sponsors for all of you because A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa is on board for our draft reaction show. So you don't have a chance to mess up Mother's Day that's coming up in another weekend. HelloFresh can give you some free food, free 16 meals when you use code ATOZ16. That's ATOZ16 at HelloFresh.com. And then we've got 2 music festivals, Zach, both of them in Louisville, both in September on back-to-back weekends. Bourbon and Beyond. Have you heard of it? It's in Louisville. They've got
but I want to know more.
You want to know more? You like Chris Stapleton?
Oh, yeah.
You like Jack White?
Yeah.
You like the Kings of Leon?
Oh, yeah. I've seen them multiple times.
There you go. You got Pearl Jam. There's a lot of names there for Bourbon and Beyond. We are giving away a VIP pass for 2 people to the Bourbon and Beyond Festival. That's just a few names there. And we're also giving away a VIP weekend pass to the Louder Than Life Festival. A little different speed. Red Hot Chili Peppers, 9 Inch Nails, Slipknot, Kiss, Alice in Chains, Alice Cooper, Tenacious D, just to name a few there.
Tenacious D.
Yes.
That
So
whippy tail.
So we are giving away VIP passes to both of those festivals this weekend for the draft. So get ready for that. That is a doozy there.
I took a page out of Chris Stapleton's book for the shows, and I think I should probably leave. And so I had to leave and go to Vegas. Who knows when I'll make an appearance or if I'll make an appearance. I'm excited to see Vegas in person, draft, the NFL fan experience. I know tons of former NFL players and present NFL players will be down there. So going to be getting tons of coverage. Follow us on A to Z Sports. I'm not just saying that as a promotion. I'm literally saying that so you can see all the things that I see and our A to Z Sports team sees this coming weekend. I leave 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, flight to Vegas. Who knows? The Titans may come back a winner, or I may come back a winner. Who knows? Yeah. But it is going to be a fun weekend overall for anybody that is looking for Titans content. We've got you covered on A to Z Sports.
All right, so I'm pretty pumped up for that. And Austin Huff and Jack Gentry are very excited about this. Okay, so Zach, we are on the board with the Titans at pick number 90. We already went Treylon Burks, wide receiver from Arkansas, in the first round. We did get an extra third-round pick from the Lions. That pick is 97. So I think we got to go offensive line. See, here's what I do like about this, because I can filter a tight end position. I can also add offensive tackle to this, and I can add interior offensive line to this. So here, Cole Strange, a guard / center for the future. You've got a lot of opportunities for tackle and guard and offensive line here at this spot. Then you've got Jelani Woods. So I know a lot of people like Jelani Woods quite a bit. The raw tight end project from Virginia.
Can you get him at 97 or beyond?
I will say, I've done this morning. I did this where I had.
Well, I don't want to. No cheating.
Okay.
Don't cheat.
Okay,
wait, that's not how this works. We're not cheaters. We're not liars. We're not thieves.
So, what do we think here? Because I think Cole Strange is a day one starter at left guard. Can be. I think Cam Jurgens could also potentially play the guard position and then slide over to replace Ben Jones in time. Because Jelani Woods is not necessarily an impact player right now. I think it's either Strange or
so
or
go
Cam
to the
Jurgens.
big board instead of just positions. So now scroll. Where's Strange on this big board with all the positions?
Not too far down. He's
not too far down.
Yeah, 86th overall, and we're picking at 90 right here. So it's good value.
I like it.
Again, right? It's helping Ryan Tannehill. You just helped him with Treylon Burks. Do you want to go Cole Strange?
5-year starter on the offensive line.
Yeah.
I think you have to draft. You have to draft your team.
You go Strange.
I think you go Strange.
All right, we're drafting Cole Strange at 90 overall. That one's done. There goes Jurgens right after that, right? So now, okay, we got 2 more picks ahead of us. Nobody needs a tight end with the Bengals, although they just lost a tight end in free agency, and the Broncos, right? So we've got 2 picks. You feel good about this?
I feel okay to get this tight end at 97.
All right. I mean, we can get our guy Jelani Woods at 97. Is that what we feel? Look, we're reaching.
Where's our next pick?
131. So there's a drop. 131's the next pick.
Do you think there's any chance?
No. There's no chance.
Do we trade back even more and
we
try to find value with Jelani Woods?
Well, we don't have currently. There are no teams that are interested in this pick.
No teams are interested?
Yeah. Doesn't mean we can't trade. It's just there's nobody that's interested, so we're gonna have to go find something that might be kind of tough.
Let's just trade back to scroll down.
Let's look. Does anybody need a quarterback in this group? The Saints.
No. Try to trade with the Saints, one spot.
Okay. Let's see.
Ooh.
We can get 194.
Yeah, it still doesn't give us our.
Well, I mean, we're just moving back once. We're just moving back once.
So go back. Let's take a little risk. Let's go back to the 49ers, which is right before the fourth round.
Okay. So you want to go 105?
I think he's still going to be there at 105.
Ooh, we could get 130, another fourth round pick.
I do this.
You want to do it?
I do it. Offer the trade.
Oh, I think we were declined. Yeah, we were declined.
Try that. 172.
I want to get more than that. Sound good?
Let's try it.
Trade accepted. Okay.
All right. Now let's slow this thing down.
All right. Going slow up here. All right. Resuming the draft. I can pause at any moment.
Scroll up. I can't see who's on the clock.
The Niners are. It's right there.
All right. Now let's go.
All right. Resuming. We're going slow. Alontae Taylor, Tennessee boy. Saints, Rasheed Walker. Browns. Okay.
He's sweating.
Oh, this is like, I feel like I'm sports betting. Oh no, there he goes.
No.
Oh, there it goes. Hey, but it's okay. I still think we got some good tight ends in this spot, right? So let's resume
but we wanted Woods.
I know. Oh, there, and that's the killer. The Jeremy Ruckert went the next pick. So we'll keep on going. We'll see what we end up getting. David Bell is a good player from Purdue. All right. So now we're on the clock. So now if we go to our tight ends, where are we at? Yeah, now we're in a tough spot because James Mitchell, guess what? ACL torn last year. So we've got another ACL guy who is more of a blocking tight end. That is not what we wanted to happen. So we were not going to be able to go tight end at this spot. Is there another spot that we want to go knowing that, look, James Cook would be a really interesting pick, running back from Georgia, Dalvin Cook's little brother. Now that's an interesting pick right there.
I like that. I like that pick. I do, because you need that switch up. Foreman's no longer on the board, right? We love Foreman. Foreman was great. We've always loved Foreman, but he's now with the Panthers. Darrington Evans was trashola. I like the idea of drafting a running back behind Derrick Henry that can actually give him a switch up. And what does it do? It helps Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, and he can catch too. And remember, we did draft Treylon Burks, number 1 overall, 32 overall in the first round. So we've got the wide receiver taken care of.
I'm really upset about that Woods.
Yeah, the tight end thing really burned us. There's another Iowa safety with Dane Belton. I don't know much about him, but a young ascending ball hawk in the back end. 5 interceptions last year.
Cook.
You want to go Cook?
I think Cook's the decision.
All right. We're drafting James Cook, the last pick of that third round. So now we are waiting until 131. We've got 131, 143, and 169. Do you want to speed this thing back up?
You speed it up.
We'll speed it back up to get to 131 real quick and see, let me know when you want me to pause. I still think there's an offensive tackle need, and now it's time to look at defense and tight end too, right? So here we are, 131, pretty quick. Matthew Butler from Tennessee just went. There's the Dane Belton pick from Iowa we just kind of talked about as well. Another running back from Georgia, Zamir White just went there too. So Kellen Diesch has dropped quite a bit.
Yeah, he has. Let's see here. let's learn a little bit about Diesch. 300 pounds, 6'7", hometown Trophy Club, Texas. He's a Texan. I don't mind
this
that.
This is a potential replacement for Lawan moving forward. Now he's 24 years old. So, and he's a 3rd round pick grade. He's a really good pass protector, but I don't know how much you're going to get him. I don't know what you're going to use him for in the first as a rookie. But again, we're at pick 131. I think this would be really strong value.
I agree. Well, and you got to start thinking about Lawan's future. And I'm not saying Deitch is going to replace Lawan, but he's not going to be around for probably the foreseeable future after this year. I think Lawan, maybe because you can cut him and save so much money in 2023. I think Deitch is the draft pick.
Yeah, and then somebody just said in the chat while I'm bringing this up, James says, I'd rather have the tackle from North Dakota, which is who I brought up right here. Matt Walesko, I believe is his name. 6'8", 312. He's 2 years younger than Diesch. Developmental
7'1" wingspan. Can you get inside with those hands?
But he is a project, right? Look, I think if you go Diesch, you have the opportunity to use him as a 3rd tackle this year to bring him along. So I think Diesch is probably the pick.
Let's go Diesch.
Okay. We're drafting Diesch right there. We got pick 140. Oh, I'm going to slow this puppy down a little bit because we've got 143 coming up here. Right now, last pick of the 4th round. You talk about quarterback of the future, Bailey Zappi right there. And then a potential safety as well on the board. So
I like the safety depth. I'm looking at corner depth and safety depth.
Okay, I have a question for everybody. Do you want to go with a developmental quarterback, Western Kentucky product, Bailey Zappi, at this pick? 143, right? We've filled a lot of needs for the Titans. We've gone wide receiver. We've gone for the guard that can start day one. We've gone some other directions. We got a Derrick Henry replacement. We've got a Lawan replacement down the road.
I agree with the people in the chat. Hell no. No way. You don't want a developmental trash-ass quarterback that you hadn't been able to perform. You just signed Logan Woodside. He's going to be the guy. You've obviously haven't drafted high enough. That you do not go quarterback in the 4th round, 5th round, 6th round, 7th round. It's a wasted pick. You've proven that you can't do that with, Cole, Old McDonald, and Falk back in the day. Those are 2 bad picks by John Robinson. You go and you get a corner or a safety in this position.
So you look at corner and safety. So we'll pull up those 2 spots. As we pull up the corner and safety position, Zach, tell everybody about Wilson County Hyundai.
Yeah, well, it's not a wasted pick is when you go to Wilson County Hyundai. Wilson County Hyundai is not a wasted pick whatsoever. You can get into the Tucson, the Santa Fe, the Palisade, that Elantra there right underneath me. You look at that. That thing's sleek. You can dominate the streets down low with Payne Bone and his team and that Elantra. The Ioniq, which is, this thing is screw gas. The gas prices don't affect you when you get an electric vehicle. The Ioniq, you could order one from Wilson County Hyundai. Go online and look at the inventory, wilsoncountyhyundai.com.
A to Z Sports here live. We're doing our live mock draft. Don't forget, tomorrow night we will have our live draft coverage presented by the Bourbon and Beyond Festival, the Louder Than Life Festival, both those in Louisville in September. We're giving away VIP passes over the weekend as well. A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa. Don't mess up Mother's Day. Head to momentspeace.com and HelloFresh, where you can get 16 free meals by going to HelloFresh.com/ATOZ16 and using code ATOZ16 here live on our mock draft. We are currently picking for the Titans in the back of the 4th round at pick 143. The safeties you have available, you've got Tycen Anderson and Joshua Williams are probably the 2 highest ranked guys. Tycen Anderson, 6'2", 209. I think I'm safety from Toledo, senior. Anderson, one of the best all-around athletes in this year's safeties class. While not particularly instinctive player, he can fill a number of roles and not look out of place. So
I
here's
like
what
that. I
here's what
like
I'm
that
thinking.
little paragraph.
I'm thinking Dane Cruikshank replacement.
Yeah. Well, when you described that, that sounded like Dane Cruikshank.
So you want to go Tycen Anderson?
I could go from Toledo. Let's go with the Rockets.
All right, we drafted the Rockets, so now Brett Kern has a another Rocket on his team with him. All right, we'll slow this puppy down a little bit here as we're into the 5th round. We do have picks coming up: 169,
Nice.
172, 177, and 181. So we've got a lot of picks left for the Titans because of 2 trades that we made here with the what was it, the Lions and then the Niners is who we've traded with so far.
So pause it.
Okay.
Let's trade some of these picks to get back up into this higher round.
For who?
Let's see. I want to look at the value now. We got a ton of picks. Let's trade back up.
Okay. So you want to trade with the Jets or you want to trade with the Eagles?
Let's trade with the Jets. They've been wanting to trade with the Titans all offseason. Let's make it happen.
This is their last pick, though, of the draft. So I don't know if they're going to be willing to do that.
Let's find out.
Well, actually, they might because they want more, right?
Right.
All right. So we can give them, let's see what they might want. We could give them 181, 204, and 219. I don't think the Titans need those 3 picks, right?
Give them away.
Give them away. Let's offer
move
this
up.
trade. All right. It worked. So the Eagles are on the clock. We'll let the Eagles make their pick. And then now the Titans, boom. We're on the clock now at 163, also 169, 177, and 172 and 177. So what position are we thinking here? Joshua Williams, who we did not look at last pick, is still available, a cornerback out of Fayetteville State. I don't know how much anybody knows about Fayetteville State. Looks like Pro Football Focus doesn't know much either. But big corner, 6'3", 195. It's a Division II to the NFL. So, but he's got, length, rare fluidity at the position. So a potential, project type guy there. We still don't have a tight end. And that's where you look at Daniel Bellinger, tight end out of San Diego State.
Well-rounded, ticks all the physical boxes, underutilized. Yeah, he doesn't catch the football.
You want to look at other tight ends?
Yeah, let's look at other tight ends.
Grant Calcaterra, I tell you what.
He caught the ball at SMU.
He did catch the ball a lot. Not a lot of info on him, but Grant Calcaterra was used quite a bit in that SMU offense. Do we want to wait on Calcaterra because we've got, a lot of picks coming up soon?
Grant Calcaterra. I like this guy. He went to Oklahoma for 2 years and then transferred.
Yeah.
From
Donald says he also
Santa Margarita, California.
Grant Calcaterra, I believe, also has concussion issues, as Donald brings up. I remember he retired at one point, and that's why he left Oklahoma.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a red flag.
Yeah, I think we wait on Calcaterra.
I think you talked me out of that.
Jake Ferguson. 6'5", 250. Hey, we got highlights. We want to watch some of the highlights. Let's see what this does. There's some Jake Ferguson highlights while we got it right here live on the show. I mean,
that was a good little out route. Get upfield. I liked that.
Yeah.
Turning upfield from 84.
I mean, he's exactly what you think about with a Wisconsin tight end.
Well, and who's he learning under? Austin Hooper, very similar.
Yeah. So, 6'5", 250, big dude, senior. Big Ten Jeff says Ferguson is good. James says the Titans have spent time with Bellinger. Do we take that into consideration? Because I think Daniel Bellinger, we have to remember the Titans, do like talking to guys that are drafting guys that they've spent time with.
All right. So are we Ferguson or you got to go Bellinger at this point? You got to take the value.
Barry
And
Alvarez.
Calcaterra, I really liked, but his
Ferguson is Barry Alvarez's grandson.
Well, then all of a sudden, Barry Alvarez is going to be coaching the Titans. We don't want that.
No, he's going to be the GM. I like Jake Ferguson better, but look, do they need 2 tight ends?
No.
Are you sure?
Where's the next pick? Let's get Ferguson
We can
at
wait.
169.
So where are we going to go right now?
I mean, you got to get a defensive player.
So you want to go defense?
Yeah.
We need a corner would probably be smart. Joshua Williams, Fayetteville State.
What about Job from Bama?
Yeah, I mean,
let's go Josh Job.
Why?
Well, familiarity. We've seen him play. I think
I'd rather go with the Fayetteville State Bronco, who's got rare fluidity and 6'3" length, than a guy at Alabama who is a 6th round guy. There's nothing special about Josh Job.
All right, let's go. Let's take your guy.
Yeah, I'm going upside Joshua Williams, Fayetteville State. So
can we get our tight end at 169?
We should be able to. We're coming up here in a couple
Woods
picks.
Was off the board early.
There's Josh Job, goes to the Eagles. The Eagles suck it. There's Calcaterra.
Ooh, that's a smart pick for Dallas.
Okay. So we still got our tight end options here.
Bellinger. All right, so let's take it. Power to the people. Power to the people. Are we going Bellinger or are we going Ferguson? Chat, you will decide. Let's go to the chat. We need a tight end. Eli's coming in hot. Just says Ferguson, lock it in.
I like Ferguson too, man.
We've got Jake Ferguson. James is going Bellinger. Ferguson. There's 2. Ferguson. Higher upside from Titans Kyle. Davidson says Bellinger. Fergie. It's a little glamorous right there from John Michael Presley. Brent says Ferguson. David says Turd Ferguson, which is pretty fun. The big Ferg for the win. Alex, I like that. The big Ferg.
You go from Ferk to Ferg.
Yeah, well, he's going to be better than Ferg. I think the overall chat said, and Tim asked, what's Ferguson's stats? It's fair for Tim to ask.
Yeah, they don't have them. They don't have much going on here with Ferguson's info.
I'll find him real quick. I got this.
Now, because I think Damon brings up something smart. We can continue to wait on Ferguson because the guy's at 205. We're picking 169 here. So we can clean this thing out and we can go a lot of other places.
Well, here's the problem. We tried to do that last time and got burned for a tight end.
We picked 3 picks later. We got 172 and 177 coming up. There's a lot. I think it would be smart to go wide receiver.
46 receptions for 450 yards and 3 touchdowns. In 2020, he caught 4 touchdowns. Freshman year, he caught 4 touchdowns. I mean, look, he's a utility tight end that can learn under Austin Hooper.
That's Ferguson. And he's in a run-first offense, right? So he knows how to block. That's important. Let's see what we can do big board wise. We're in this weird spot where there's a lot of guys there's Ty Chandler, former Nashville guy.
We need inside linebacker depth.
You sure?
Well, yeah, because Rashaan Evans is gone. Jayon Brown is gone. I love the Zach Cunningham pick, but let's take an inside linebacker.
Micah McFadden. An edge player wouldn't be there's no value right there. We can go edge.
Dual player.
We go another guy named Isaiah Thomas. This, we're sitting here at a weird spot of the draft,
Yeah.
We've already got a running back. We've already got a guard and a tackle. I mean, really, it would not be dumb to go
wide receiver.
That's what I was thinking. It would not be dumb to go pass catcher or maybe even multiple tight ends.
Let's get a developmental wide receiver.
Dontario Drummond. See, now we're getting too deep into these guys. There's just not a lot of great value, right? Joshua Johnson. You don't really know much about him, a Tulsa wide receiver. He's undersized. That's not typically who Titans guys.
Right, but they need that type of guy in their offense. You just drafted Burks, you got Woods, and you got A.J. Brown. You got too big of wide receivers. Let's draft Josh Johnson out of Tulsa.
Josh Johnson drafted out of Tulsa. So let's see. We're coming back on the clock here in a second. So our tight ends are still available.
All right, Ferguson is the pick.
Ferguson's the pick.
Yep.
All right, we're drafting Jake Ferguson right there. Let's see what happens because we're coming up again here at 177.
Jakey Wakey can't make a mistakey.
I think there's Bellinger. I was about to say if Bellinger's still there, I think we take him, but he's not.
Now everybody's lost interest in the draft. You can just pick two players. This is the hardest part of the NFL draft.
Yep,
it literally is. Take a developmental edge rusher.
And another corner, probably.
Yep. Go edge rusher. Isaiah Thomas, draft him. And then
we'll speed this up quite a bit.
Yeah.
See how fast it can go?
Yeah. Well.
Go real fast to get to 220. There goes Cade Mays. All right, back on the clock. And now you want to go corner?
Corner.
220. Darren Bland from Fresno State. Another big corner.
Let's do it.
All right, there we go.
All right, let's take a look at our results. This is going to be interesting. I don't know. I think we got value with Burks. I think we failed with our missed Virginia tight end.
Yeah.
Grading your draft.
Yeah, I am not going to pay Pro Football Focus any money. All right, so we've got our draft grade.
Oh, look at that. B plus.
I think we did pretty good, boys.
Oh, no, that's just the trade.
And girls? Oh, that's the trade. Okay, well, let's go over our grade. But first, let me tell everybody about the Bone and Joint Institute, boneandjointtn.org, the region's destination for comprehensive orthopedic and sports medicine care. Whenever you get hurt in life, know who to go to, know who to trust. Again, boneandjointtn.org. It's a great place to go check them out. The state-of-the-art rehab facility and everything right there in Franklin, boneandjointtn.org. Also, don't forget, download the BetMGM app. Use our code ATOZ Sports for risk-free bet up to $1,000 with your first bet after your first deposit. So,
all right. So before what grade do you think we got
overall?
Don't do anything because apparently it's at the bottom.
Yeah. I think it's probably a B minus.
I'm going to go B. I think we got a B, which that's not bad for, two guys that aren't scouts.
Yeah.
All right. So the trade, they gave us a B plus. Our first three picks look good.
Yeah, they do. They really do.
Ooh, they like our trade. Ooh, I thought, look, Diesch was good.
Well, I mean, we got incredible value out of that.
Yeah.
I mean, look, we're kicking ass. If you look at this,
they didn't like our Jets trade.
Yeah, and then
they don't like Joshua Williams. Oh, B plus, boys and girls. Way to go. That's a community grade. That's not just Austin and
How
Zach.
many players did we draft? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Well, they've drafted 10 players before. They did that one year, didn't they?
Maybe. I know they've had 9 a couple times, but I think,
It's look, again, it's probably a little ridiculous because it's, a simulation, but B+, you take a B+ draft.
And look, we filled immediate needs. Traylon Burks, Cole Strange, and Diesch there for your offensive line. James Cook was a good makeup pick for missing out on Jelani Woods, right? We wanted Jelani Woods there. We missed it. And so James Cook, not a bad backup plan to give us, that gives the Titans a lot of Derrick Henry flexibility. Then we went with our, a couple other big DBs, right? All of the defensive backs that we drafted for the Titans were like 6'2" or taller.
They didn't like our Ferg draft.
Yeah. I bet if we went with Bellinger, they would have liked that a lot more. But I think this was I think we got really good value for the Tennessee Titans.
There you go. That was a fun little experiment.
It was a fun experiment. All right, Zach. So we will throw shade here at the end of the show. But you are headed to Vegas tomorrow morning. So you will not be back on the show until Monday. Because we've got our draft coverage with myself, Austin Huff, and Jack Gentry of the Tighten Up Podcast, presented by our great sponsors here, Bourbon and Beyond Festival, the Louder Than Life Festival, both in Louisville in September, A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa, and HelloFresh. We've got those sponsorships coming up that you'll hear more about in the next couple of days throughout the weekend. But you will be out. So now we get to have your full first round prediction. So Zach, what is going to be your first round prediction overall for the Tennessee Titans? Because full disclosure, we are lucky enough to get a text message from Jim Wyatt of the Tennessee Titans every time this year, asking us what's your first round prediction for the Titans as he goes around the media roundtable to get those picks. So what was your text conversation like with Jim Wyatt?
So I was up in the air because we had talked about Desmond Ridder, and I do think that would shake up the franchise because it would I think pressure is usually the measure of a player, and it's the measure of a man. I like pressure. I like putting pressure on people, and I like putting pressure on Ryan Tannehill. He hasn't had any pressure ever since he's been a Tennessee Titan. He hasn't. Mariota was not pressure. He pressurized him, kicked him out the door, and he's kind of been just riding the wave, and it's been a good wave so far up until the playoff game last year with Logan Woodside behind him. But I don't think that the Titans are going to do that at 26. My prediction in the first round, the Tennessee Titans will select third-year starter out of Texas A&M, Kenyon Green.
Okay.
I think that for multiple reasons. I think they have to fill that hole of Roger Saffold, and I think Green fills the personality and positions that they want. Green is versatile. He switched from tackle to guard. He's played left. He's played right. 35 career starts at every position except for center. You got Ben Jones. He's not going to have to play center. I believe that probably to the Titans fans' chagrin, because it's not going to be sexy, Kenyon Green will be available, and that's who they'll take.
Okay. And Damon, who's our resident Texas A&M fan, says, yes, versatility is very solid. There is some thought that he might have a knee issue down the road, but I don't think that would stop the Titans from taking him in the first round.
No, that doesn't usually stop the Titans.
So, yeah, I think, do you don't want my pick right now, do you?
No, you can save your pick for tomorrow's show or whenever you want to pick it. But I wanted to get mine out of the way again because I'm going to Vegas. And I think somebody said, what's in Vegas? The NFL draft is
in Vegas.
So this is not just a fun-filled trip to go play roulette and blackjack. But I think Green, I used logic instead of, feel for this pick. And I think Green is probably the smart pick for where they will draft.
Yeah, I don't disagree overall. I like, I'll talk about this more. I'll be live with Jack tomorrow morning, and we'll discuss my prediction and what I told Jim Wyatt. I don't know when his piece is coming out on TitensOnline.com or TennesseeTitans.com, but that'll come out with all the media members who are going with their first round predictions. All right, Zach, it is time to throw shade. So we will throw shade here live on this Wednesday show. Do you want to start with shade or do you want me to start with shade?
I'll start with shade because mine is kind of a double basketball shade. It's quick and easy. I got a lot of heat. I got a lot of heat yesterday for my old Jaren Jackson Jr. as a bust. I hope everybody in the chat, Jarrell and Ronnie and all these fools that now look like fools after watching last night's game. Jaren Jackson Jr. is atrocious. 4th overall pick. The dude fouls out with like 5 minutes left to play. I turned to my girlfriend. I go, thank God. Thank God his ass fouled out because he was going to hurt the team instead of help the team. Ja Morant rises to the occasion and helps the team. That was an incredible game. One of the best playoff games of this playoffs.
Yeah, pretty
that
nuts.
Rolls into another shade. That is Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is a effing loser. The guy's not a team player. I think I do believe mental health is real. I'm not one of those I'm not one of those people that don't think that climate change is real. I'm not one of those. I think it's real, but I definitely think Ben Simmons used mental health as a crutch more than he should have. He may have mental health issues, and I'm sorry for that. I do think he needs to seek some help. But I also think that he got out of a situation that if the Nets would have been winning, I think he would have played. But instead, he sat his ass on the bench looking like a clown and a bozo after. I mean, he's humiliating the league. And honestly, I think he's kind of humiliating mental health because he's used that as a crutch with his back. He says it's flared up because all the pressure on him. Dude, come on, sack up. You are an all-star player that has all the eyes in the world on you. You dated Kendall Jenner, who is basically a Kardashian that puts even more eyes on you for over the last several years. You have to learn how to be in the position that you are in as a max-type player that can't hit a free throw worth a damn. But my shade's at Ben Simmons for refusing, because that's what he did, refusing to help the team that he was traded to because he was unhappy at his previous team. Ben Simmons is an absolute joke. Shade on you.
Yeah, I made my decision up on Ben Simmons and how I thought about him when I watched his pathetic attitude in the SEC tournament during his only year at LSU. The guy quit on his basketball team in the SEC tournament at LSU, and I immediately thought this guy will amount to nothing. Super talented, really good basketball player. Sure, he can't shoot, but really talented guy, but not with it when it comes to attitude and competitive nature. So I am with you there on that shade. Zach, my shade is on something that I actually love, but it's being shoved down my throat in 2 ways. I love pizza, right? Pizza's great. Everybody loves pizza. Nobody hates pizza. Pizza's great. I could eat pizza almost every day, but that's not good. That's not right. But Uber Eats wants me to eat pizza every day. Because whenever you open the Uber Eats app, no matter what you click on, no matter if you go to the healthy section, no matter if you go to the vegetarian section, no matter if you go to the vegan section, all you see is pizza. It's only pizza all the time. And so, is there a way to filter out pizza? Because I want to actually see other options besides pizza. And again, I love pizza, but I don't want pizza every time I open the damn app. It's like I have my pizza places to go, not via Uber Eats. but everything is pizza on Uber Eats.
It
That's
has
my
to
shame.
be a business strategy, right? They must make more money off of that. That's why. But I agree with you. I experience it too.
It's everywhere. It's like I can't run away from pizza in that damn app.
And I'll ask you this straight up. I struggle with, like, after I get done working out in the afternoon, like, I don't want pizza or a burger or something greasy. I want something healthy. There is not any healthy food in Nashville. Do you feel that?
It's hard. Yeah, there's a few spots that I really like.
I cannot find, like, and I've been traveling to Dallas since we launched AZ Sports. I love Dallas. I do. It has a piece of my heart because I can get healthy selections. It's obviously a ton bigger than Nashville, but I I can't find anything healthy in this city.
It's tough. Yeah, and that's why I like cooking at home, right? But
Oh
have
yeah,
to,
I prefer, but you can't, like, I would love to do that every day, but my schedule does not yield that because of where I'm going and all the other things I'm doing. So I do struggle with that. So you open the Uber Eats and you type in healthy, and you're right. What do you
pizza,
get? You
pizza,
get
pizza,
pizza.
pizza, 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 all over the damn place. And
Let's go through some
yeah,
shades real quick. Lucas, it's a little support. My shade is on people who complain about starting the show a few minutes late, right? I mean, we try to make this efficient and effective and
yeah.
good.
Part of it is if we start at 8:00, you guys aren't ready. But if we start at 8:08, you guys are ready. So there's a both sides to it.
Let's say Big Ten Jeff, shade on former NFL scout Daniel Kelly, saying Olave shouldn't be a first rounder. That is kind of shade. That's pretty ridiculous. George says shade on UPS driver who's driving too fast on my parents' street and ran. Oh my God. I did not see the end of that. George, my heart goes out to you, and I'll speak for Austin on that. I hate that, and I apologize. I don't know why I am apologizing, but that is terrible. I apologize to your family and what they're feeling. So rest in peace to your parents' dog. Let's see. Shade. That's a tough shade to follow.
Yeah, right.
It says shade on Tipper Tantrum threatening quitters goes for everyone that talk. I can double down on that. Titans Scout says shade on Pat Beverly. Take your smack talking 9 points to the bench, punk. That was a good exchange between Beverly and Ja Morant last night, though. And obviously, Ja got the best of him.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say Dion, we admit it. Shade on us.
Yeah,
Jelani Woods, 97. We messed up.
Yeah, that one hurts.
I want
perfect.
them to draft him.
Yeah, you
in
can't
all
be
actuality. Shade. That Jabu says shade on Lane Kiffin's latest recruitment video.
Yeah. Nate also said, is it just me or does Austin get triggered easily? Well, the point of throwing shade is to be triggered. That's the point, Nate.
Nate, I will confirm that is correct. But in this sense, it is shade. So you're set up to be.
That is the point, is to be triggered by something that you are throwing shade on. And the fact that I can't get pizza out of my damn Uber Eats viewing, then that's my shit. So yes, correct. I'm triggered by pizza today.
There you go.
All right, look, great exercise. We got a B+ together, everybody. So I really like the NFL draft, the live mock draft exercise we've done. We'll do it again next year. We do this once again once a year, right before the draft. So we'll be live tomorrow, A to Z Sports at 8 a.m. Don't forget.
Did you take a screenshot of
I've got it. I've still got it. I'm gonna tweet that out, and we'll social it. We'll put it on Instagram and everything. I'll get the shareable graphic.
Well, the only problem is there all the people are gonna be like, you guys took 10 players.
Yeah, man, we trade 3 times. We probably did not need to trade the third time. Very active.
Scroll down. Yeah, we didn't need to trade the third time.
But we got rid of picks, though. That's the crazy thing. We got rid of so many picks by trading that time.
Yeah, that's true.
We should have gotten picks for next year. That was our problem.
Yep. I want the Titans to get the Lions 2023. That's what I want.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Give me that pick.
All right, guys. Enjoyed it. Great show today. We'll see you tomorrow, 8 a.m. Buck Rising live tonight, A to Z Sports Prime Time. And our draft coverage is going to be fantastic over the next week or so plus with our draft coverage and reaction. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Have a great Wednesday. Talk to you later.
Adios.